Timberwolves and Pelicans. Those games are close late in the fourth quarter, and those outcomes will determine where the Lakers end up. But big game for LeBron. Lakers hit 18 threes, James.
Yeah, they did what they were supposed to do, which was to close out these last two games at home, this last one against Utah. And, yeah, I mean, it took a nice performance by their leader, LeBron, to get them over. It kept going back and forth. Lakers were up 10, 11. Next time, you know, they're down 1. So it was a seesaw kind of a game. But at the end, what counts is the victory. And LeBron was able to pull that through for them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, LeBron came out shooting very well. It wasn't a clean, crisp game which you want going into the playoffs, because at this point in the season, you want to have things flowing. You want to have a rhythm. You don't want to have these lulls, because we know this is a game of runs and they're going to come back. But when you're playing a team that's not even playing their starters, you can't have it. You need to, you know, keep your foot on the pedal to the metal, so to say. But you can't have this. You got to lock this in. Playoffs are starting. You have to be able to go out and establish yourself and not let these teams creep back into the game.
And with the Warriors winning by 56, the playoffs will be starting on Tuesday for the Lakers. They are guaranteed to be in the play-in game. Let's go back downtown. AD is with Mike Trudell.
All right, Anthony Davis, as LeBron just walked by, it looked like he said something to the accord of, like, smile. I know you've been in locked-in mode, right? Defensively, it wasn't always there for the team tonight. It's been quite a slog just to get through this regular season. And you still don't know who you're going to play on Tuesday, but you know you are going to play. It's going to be in this building. How have you just mentally processed this whole thing with still, hopefully for you, a lot to come?
Get your bodies recovered. Enjoy the rest of this day. Enjoy this Easter with the families. We'll know later on today who we play, and then come in tomorrow and start prepping. The good thing is we don't have to travel. But yeah, it's been a grind, man. You know, Laker fans stay with us. You know, starting the season the way we started, 2-10, and able to, you know, come out above 500. And had a shot to even, you know, get in the 60s. So, you know, small victories, but we know we're not finished. You know, obviously we got a lot of work to do on both ends of the floor. But, you know, good, like I said, enjoy today, and then start prepping tomorrow for whoever our opponent is.
You know, for the most part, since the trade deadline, you guys have been one of the best defenses in the league. Clearly, you've been leading that. There's been some slippage these last couple of games. It's been a little difficult just knowing who the other teams are going to play. Where do you guys have to get back to defensively to feel like you're the team you want to be?
Communicating. Our communication has been poor. Us guarding the ball defensively. You know, this team's scored a lot of points in the paint. Actually, I think their last 10, they was #1 in points in the paint. And tonight, you know, they got to the paint as much as they wanted, everybody, especially Chris Dunn. So we got to do a better job on the ball. You know, get into the ball. Our guards here that's big. So we got to do a better job protecting the rim and helping our guards protecting them. So, like I said, we haven't had any practice. You know, we'll get on the floor tomorrow and watch the film, go through some things, prep for whoever our opponent is. But for us, we got to get back to that dog mentality that we had defensively. Start with the first 5.
All right, last one for you. A couple years ago, you did have a play-in game against Golden State. What is it like for that game, where if you win, you advance to play the #2 seed, and that's it, no matter who you play against?
Yeah, I mean, it's good for us. You know, we win Tuesday. We get a couple of days off before we go to wherever we want to go. I don't want to, you know, think too far ahead, but you know, it's new, obviously. They're going straight into the playoffs, but you know, for us, you know, it's a must-win again. You know, Tuesday for us to get a couple days off, let guys heal up. You know, get Dennis back. You know, the rest of the guys just playing through some nicks and bruises. Good to get healthy, and we go in into the playoffs fully healthy.
All right, go get some rest. Enjoy the day with the kids. All right.
Thank you.
All right, there's Anthony Davis on the walk-off talking with Mike Trudell and AD, the defensive MVP for sure for the Lakers, but also in today's game. 7 stocks. He's got the 4 blocks and the 3 steals. Big game.
And a lot of times that the Jazz were going to the bucket, they decided they weren't going to try to attempt the shot because AD was around. So, yeah, his presence on the defensive end is amazing. We saw those 2 dominant block shots back-to-back. And then his ability to get steals and get deflections and stuff. And he covers a lot of ground so he can get to a shot quickly to affect it. So, yeah, it was nice to see that part of his game come alive, and they needed it.
Yeah, for me, it's you when in playoffs time, you're going to have those moments where you're driving, and when you have a stopper like AD back there, it makes it very easy because they talk about it, how they can be aggressive on the perimeter because, everybody wants to shoot threes, so you can drive those guys to AD, and you got the shot blocker back there. So it's very vital now going down the stretch that they lock in defensively and understand what they have and stay one of the top defensive teams in the league.
Let's talk a little LeBron, 36 points. He made 8 threes. He was 8 for 14. Second most threes he's made in a game this season, James. He was locked in. He's ready for this week.
Yeah, he's ready. And, the reason LeBron can do what he did with the 8 threes is that, he's never stressed or panicked. He's seen just about everything in this league. So he can comfortably really shoot threes and not really be uptight or, have a tight wrist or anything. So he's just very comfortable. He's seen just about everything. He flows right into those threes. The defense are so afraid of his drives that he catches them backpedaling a lot, and he just steps right into it comfortably as if it was like a shooting game in practice. So, yeah, he's got the 3 down, and he did in the Jazz game.
For me, when you watch the threes that he took, they were in rhythm. It wasn't one of those hurry threes or a last-second three, and that's what you can get out of LeBron when he's handling the rock. He can just come down because, like you said, James, they're so afraid of him driving to the basket because when he drives to the basket, he can either get the bucket or and one. So now he's setting them up for the game. So now if you're sitting here watching the Lakers, you're like, okay, is LeBron in the drive mode? Is he in the shoot mode? Right now, he's in both modes, so you're in trouble.
We're watching in real time. Clippers are up 4 late, under 2 minutes against Phoenix, and Minnesota's up 3 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds on New Orleans. Let's just talk big picture here for Lakers. And when you look back at these 82 games, 2-10 start. Not sure we could have imagined it being any worse, right? No one had that. At least we all thought the Lakers would at least be 500. Some of us had them at 8-4. But 2-10 to overcome that, go 41-29. After that big game, James, dealing with all those injuries to Anthony Davis, to LeBron James, then the trades, and then another injury to LeBron. They've come a long way.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to avoid a season collapsing pretty much. It could have gone the other way, but they were able to keep it alive. 2-10 start was miserable. A team that was predicted to be one of the top teams in the West, but just could not get the chemistry together. I know we had injuries and people were out, but it just seemed like the cohesiveness wasn't there. They just wasn't sure of themselves. And then they made the trade and brought in some key figures, Russell, Vanderbilt, Beasley, a shooter we didn't have. And things start to fall in place. And they're still, I would say they're 85 to 90% where they could be.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's important to keep battling, keep grinding out, and keep staying focused and committed. And you just can't. Everything is a sense of urgency. Everything
Rob,
is.
Yeah, I agree, Big Game James. And Rob, I feel like for so long we were going back and forth. This team was like 4 games under 500. They get to 2 games and they dropped. It was always 4, right? What ultimately, in your eyes, got them over the hump?
I think they
4 games above 500.
It's so many moments you can pick out. I think when you look at this team at the beginning of the year, they had a lot of great pieces, but the pieces didn't fit well. And so now you look at this team and like, okay, they got a lot of good pieces that fit well. Everybody always want to point the finger at certain guys like a Westbrook, and this said it wasn't a problem. Westbrook is a hell of a player, but it just didn't fit with what the Lakers were trying to do. And now I think also in the beginning of the season, Austin Reeves was trying to figure out his role. And I think also Coach Ham was trying to figure out what to do with offense. Now you see his role improve. Yeah. Now the Lakers improve. And there's a lot of little things that you can point your finger out. Now you got Beasley coming in. You got, everybody playing better. Yeah. And that's what it boils down to. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's playing better. And then you got a defensive attitude. You got guys like Vander who's going to come in and play hard defense. You got Reeves who's up this defense. Also, then you got AD. We just talked about him, but everybody got locked in defensively, which made this team better. There were so many little pieces that you could say, okay, you need to get rid of this and add this and this, and that's what the Lakers did, and that's where they are right now in the season because they kind of chipped away all the bad stuff. Now you can see what's trying to form like in a sculpture. You can see you might have a masterpiece on your hand.
All right, guys, let's get you to the highlights. LeBron James and the Lakers hosting the Utah Jazz in the final game of the regular season. Playoff seeding on the line. It's early first quarter. It's LeBron inside to AD. He makes the layup. Next Laker possession, AD to Vanderbilt for the dunk. More LeBron. He hits the corner three. Lakers off to a hot start. Big game. Let's watch this one again. AD, beautiful block.
Beautiful block, you know, always in the area. Comes from about 4 feet to get that one. Bill Russell would keep that alive. Just tap it to one of his teammates.
LeBron pulling up, big three. Lakers up 10-3. Jazz call timeout. LeBron in transition again. Rob, he pulls up, he buries another one.
I thought that was a replay.
The same spot.
For a second. It looked exactly the same. Perfect form.
Vanderbilt. What a pass, Rob, to AD.
Yeah, great pass by Vando over the top. Look, you reached out, you just couldn't get it, but know who got it? AD for 2.
Beasley from Troy Brown Jr. 20-7 run for the Lakers to start the game. Bees dribbling. Keeps control. Finds Vando. Nice awareness. Remember Johnny Juzang?
UCLA?
From UCLA Bruin?
Harvard Westlake?
With jumper for 2. 31-25 Lakers at the end of 1. Second quarter, big game. LeBron locked in.
Yeah. You know, leading the break, kind of lets the defense bypass him. Then he steps left, knocks down the 3. Then he finds Reeves, and Reeves to Beasley at the top of the key geeter downtown.
Just got news that the Clippers did win the game. Ooh, Clippers will be 5, Warriors will be 6. Hachimura misses the dunk. JTA the other way. LeBron blocks it from behind, but Juzang lays it in. Fontecchio. How many times did we say his name tonight, Rob?
Just fun. Say it actually. Fontecchio.
Jazz go up. Who steps into threes and hits a higher clip on the Lakers than Austin Reeves? Nobody. Jazz. Kelly Olynyk, former WCC Player of the Week. Lakers called timeout, down by 1.
Seriously?
That one always hits.
Oh, yeah.
From Gonzaga. We used to do a show here, Rob, called WCC Weekly Show, Rob, back in the